the Royals Rundown, powered by Royals Report.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Royals Rundown podcast, powered by Royals Report on the Nordcast Network. I'm your host here, Evan Dickinson, otherwise known as Royals Report, here to talk to you guys about the Reading Royals past weekend against the Greensboro Gargoyles. That's right, it's the first time these two teams have faced off in Reading ever. It is the first of just two times the Gargoyles will visit this season to Reading, and we got three games to talk about here, and they were all very, very interesting. So let's just hop right in with the Friday night game against the Gargoyles, which was Trades and Tech Night, and it was definitely a pretty damn good game for the Reading Royals as a whole. Going through the scoring here before I give my overall thoughts on the games themselves, Hunter Johannes opened the scoring from Bannister and Devlin in that first period. Jacob Frasca from McMenamin and Johannes also got on the score sheet just about 4 minutes later in the opening period as well. 2-0 Royals after one. Second period, Garrett Devine, one of the new acquisitions, assisted by Amidio Mastrangeli, gets the Royals up to a 3-0 lead. Liam Devlin from Johannes makes it 4-0 Royals not long afterwards. Brandon Sajan from Kyle Haskins and Connor McMenamin, obviously that was a power play goal, made it a 5-0 Royals lead. And then McMenamin, with already 2 points prior, scores a goal of his own, assisted by Hunter Johannes, and Amidio Mastrangeli makes it a 6-0 Royals win. 4 of those 6 goals coming in the second period. There's a lot to talk about here, and there's a lot of things we need to discuss. First off, let's go through the numbers. Again, I just went through the goal scores. There were some players who were absolutely unbelievable last game. Hunter Johannes had 4 points, a goal, 3 assists. He was a +4, had 6 shots. He was on a tear, and this is a guy who, when he came to Reading, he's been on an absolute tear since coming there and has been one of my favorite players to watch this season from almost all remarks. He's been absolutely incredible. Amidio Mastrangeli had 2 assists. He's fitting really well as the second pairing defenseman there that I've been looking forward to a lot. Connor McMenamin, 3 points in this game as well. Overall, I think over the course of the whole weekend, had 4 points over the 3 games played. You also saw a shutout from Keith Petruzzelli, stopped all 31 shots that went his way, and the Royals got the 6-0 win. It was a pretty incredible game. It was such a fun game to watch. Again, the Royals were just absolutely giving it to the Gargoyles. You look at, the Greensboro side of things, obviously they had to pull Kazayev midway through. That'd be the last time we see him this weekend. He allowed 5 goals on 15 shots. Quap came in. He allowed just 1 goal on 13, kind of kept the game down for the rest of it. But overall, again, the Royals were by far the better team in this one. There was no way Greensboro was even going to come back. There was just remotely no chance whatsoever. It was a phenomenal game, a great game to watch. Military Appreciation Night then the following day. So again, as I said, we'll go through the actual scoring, then I'll give my thoughts here on the game itself. Jordan Biro in that first period scores his first career goal, assisted by Greg Smith. Then Tyler Weiss gets the Gargoyles up to a 2-goal lead. Later on in the second period, Connor McMenamin, assisted by Miles Gendron, and another assist from Hunter Johannes. That's 5 points in 2 games, makes it a 2-1 game heading into the third period. Tyler Weiss would then score 2 more from Kite, and then Nelson gets the empty net goal later on from Borshoff and Quap. His hat trick, the first hat trick to be scored against the Royals this season. Also the first hat trick in Greensboro Gargoyles history. So that's kind of cool. It's a little annoying that it happened against us, but regardless of that, it's a 4-1 win for Greensboro. Now, first off, I do need to say I am grateful to Eric Jessberger and everybody there at the Royals. They gave me the opportunity this Saturday to do some color commentary for the first time in my commentary career. It's definitely different from the live streams that I do on my YouTube channel. So it was definitely a little bit of an adjustment, but I'm really grateful for the opportunity and thankful to Eric for that for sure. It was a lot of fun. Getting into the game itself here again, the Royals, they didn't play horrible. They actually outshot the Gargoyles 34-32, but Greensboro was just getting the better opportunities on Petrozelli. It was poor mishaps and mistakes there from the Royals. Just defensive breakdowns, defensive habits that didn't go the way they wanted them to. Again, I really thought on that Weiss goal in the second period, like that was a goal that could have been prevented. You notice a lot of the plays and a lot of the goals that the Royals allow, especially when we're looking at these more under a microscope at home, they're allowing a lot of them from the inside. The only difference from that is that in that third period, Weiss did score a goal that was tipped in front. None of these are really Petrozelli's fault. I mean, again, it's a lot of it's just poor defensive coverage, or it's just a lucky tip, or a bad bounce going the Gargoyles' way. I didn't think that Petrozelli played that bad in this game. I'm just going to be honest with you, despite obviously allowing 3 goals. Still at above a 900 save percentage, though, regardless of that. For Greensboro, Quap obviously came in, played into the game, had a 970. He was awesome. I mean, I don't want to say the Royals got goalied, but he was a massive part of why the Gargoyles got the win there in that Saturday night game. We should highlight, too, McMenamin with a goal. That's 4 points in this 3-game stretch. Hunter Johannes had an assist as well. He had 4 shots, and that is 5 points for Hunter in these few games. And as a result of that, and in light of other injuries going on with the Royals and the Phantoms and the Flyers, Johannes was called up to the Phantoms on Sunday. Well-deserved call-up. I think he has 15 points in 14 games played is the overall stat line there for Johannes. He's been incredible this season. Well-deserving of a call-up. And I'm very happy that he's getting that opportunity. So big congratulations to Hunter for sure. It's well-deserved 100%, and hopefully he'll be able to make the most of that call-up before some guys come back from injury. And I should say, too, in that debut, Hayden Ford did come into the lineup here for the Royals in light of Artem Guryev getting a call-up to the Phantoms, again, as well as the injuries just keep piling up for all sides. So Hayden Ford coming up from the SPHL, he got the opportunity to play in a game there for the Royals. Take a day off on Sunday. Johannes gets called up. You make some roster changes moving into Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and you look at the transactions from that day. We should read these off. Hayden Ford was placed on reserve. Kuripov, in light of Johannes's call up, was taken off of reserve. And then Jack Page made his return to the lineup, being activated off a 14-day IR. I hope we see more of Page. That's a young kid there. He's local to here. I didn't think he played that bad either. Now, we should address the elephant in the room before we get into the MLK Day game. Ty Voigt was placed on team suspension by the Royals. Oops, I pressed the wrong button there. Ty Voigt was placed on team suspension by the Royals on Monday through ECHL transactions. So a lot of people were asking me, Evan, what is it? What's the reasoning as to why he is on the suspension? There's a couple of reasons. One could be he just left and is not with the team anymore. Something could have happened inside the locker room. Or the reason that I've heard recently is some rumors sparking around. He could be going overseas. So Ty Voigt may no longer be with this team. I think, again, when you see a player get suspended, I think that's it. I think we're no longer going to see this guy on the team. He's likely either going to get traded over the next couple of days, or he will be sent overseas. We'll see what happens there with that, obviously. But right now, you look in terms of things, Ty Voigt appears to no longer be with the Royals, and that may be done. Again, I think he played like 4 games for us, had 3 assists. He was looking like he'd be an all right forward, but I think he had an injury that he suffered, and then a lot of other players have come in, and now he's not really getting a chance back in the lineup. It's unfortunate, but It is what it is. It's the ever-changing hockey league, is what I love to call it. Moving into the final game here, the MLK Day game, free kids tickets. It was a lot of fun. You look at the scoring before we get into the actual game itself. Jeremy Michelle scored in the second period from Alec Butcher and Jake Willits, followed by a Nolan Burke goal from Jacob Frasca and Connor McMenamin. That's right, his 5th point over this stretch. He had a phenomenal weekend here with the Royals. 2-0 lead for Reading after 2. Then the Gargoyles started mounting a comeback. Jordan Byro from Greg Smith and Patrick Kite made it a 2-1 game. And then less than a minute later, Jeremy Michelle comes down the other way, assisted by Shajan. Michelle's 2nd of the season. It's a 3-1 Reading lead. Then in the final minutes, Liam Devlin gets called for tripping. Tyler Weiss scores another goal. That's like his 4th goal of the month of the series from Noah Delmas and Denis Gore, and it's a 3-2 game. 4 seconds later, Jeremy Michelle gets a call for slashing, and as a result, the Royals are forced to go on a 6-on-4 for the next last couple minutes of the game, and they actually held it off. And they won the game. 3-2 final score. Keith Petruzzelli played phenomenal. He stopped all but just 2 shots out of 34 and was absolutely phenomenal again here in this game for the Royals. He got all 3 starts. It was a good game. Overall, it was a well-played game. Again, McMenamin was phenomenal this weekend. Another assist there for him. Jeremy Michelle, another 2-goal game. That's a guy there on your third line who deserves a lot of recognition that isn't really getting a lot of it. We should talk about Petruzzelli and the weekend that Petro had. So I took it upon myself to calculate up his stats because he did play all 3 games in this series. Petruzzelli in his last 3 starts against Greensboro, 2-1-0, saved 91 of 95 shots and a .948 save percentage. I said in this game that, or in the color commentary broadcast and in the Royals report intermission, I said that Petruzzelli, the reason why he didn't make the ECHL All-Star is because of his overall record. Petruzzelli, when you look at his overall record, I believe he has a 9-9-2 record. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts when you look in terms of the overall stats. But you look at his other numbers, he's like a 920, a 2.4 goals against. He's had a great season. And I'm a little bit shocked that he didn't make the All-Star team. I think a lot of it was his record. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think that really was really what it was. But again, we'll see. So that's it for this Royals Rundown podcast. Overall, a great weekend for the Royals against Greensboro. We'll be back later on this week for a mid-season review. I may be joined by a special guest, and we're also going to preview the upcoming weekend against the Wheeling Nailers as well, so stay tuned for that. But that'll do it for me. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe down below here on the Nordcast Network. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Let's go Royals.